Welcome to a brand new Panzer Corps 1946 playthrough for the last installment of the Axis Operations DLC chain. Recently I had a conversation with a fellow on Steam about heroes. I've played this game relatively latecomer to the Panzer Corps Panzer General series. I bought Panzer Corps Gold maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago or something. Found I liked it. Noticed there was a new iteration. Bought that. And found that it's fascinating and compelling. The situation can arise. You have almost infinite variability with the various heroes that you have. I find the game is very accommodating relative to player agency. You can change these levels here, which offer various prestige boni or lack thereof. You can change the various advanced settings. We'll go Generalissimus here. Go with randomness of 10. You can change commander trait points, for instance, since I'm not going to be using any heroes, or at least probably, well, I think I'll use the heroes that are granted me, the heroes that the game gives, like the Gallant hero or the various others. The limit certainly to 1 per. I'll take this forced dispersion, but people say it's a 1946, and Panzer Corps in general, it's been much disparaged as, you know, hero power fantasy or whatever. You name it, it's been disparaged as, you know, ridiculously unrealistic, based on, you know, hero spam or not real enough. The logistics system is ridiculous, this, that, and the other. I say Panzer Corps is not a logistics game, obviously. It's fairly obvious that it's a movement game. It pays homage to the advent of the Blitzkrieg strategy. It's about movement, initiative, positioning. So these people, a lot of people on the boards or otherwise, will say that you can't win in 46 or late game because the scenarios are balanced to where these heroes are absolutely mandatory and you have to play the way the devs are, you know, shoving it down your throat or ramming it up another end. It's not true. It's not true. I've never done this, but I know that I can do it. You can do whatever you want in this game. It's so adjustable. It's ridiculous that, to me, that people complain about it. You give them anything and everything they want in infinite variability and shades of color and flavor and whatnot, and people complain that the game is railroaded. It is not. It is the opposite of railroaded. Now, what we're going to be doing is a 1946 iteration of Kleptokrieg, which is essentially unit spam, surround and circle using perimeter control, deadly grasp, trophies of war, etc., to cause suppression and meticulously grind the enemy down until the suppression is enough to where you can surrender them and collect a truckload of prestige. Pardon the truck or organic transport pun, that are worth quite a bit in the early game. I find this tactic, although novel, it's first couple of times you play it, it's like, wow, that's a lot of prestige, amazing. But it gets sort of grindy, and, well, for me, if I want to grind, I'll play like a unity of command and get really, you know, down and dirty in the trenches and get to suppression and ammunition points and naval invasions with this and that. I haven't played the game for some time, or a lot of people, they glorify order of battle. It has, you know, real supply, and it's such a better game than Panzer Corps. It's not. It's just a different game than Panzer Corps. It caters to whomever's likes that sort of game. To me, it's a bit clunky. Logistics is, you know, the army moves and fights on its stomach and its supply. That's nice. Do I want to deal with this supply or whatnot, or do I just want to, like, as a lot of the role players that are around nowadays, how about just imagining that this supply is coming? Everybody can imagine everything from the sun is green to the end is nigh. None of these things are true, though. Why can't we imagine an army being supplied without having to micro it? With that having been said, let's carry on. This is the same group from 1945 that I ran through. And I think this is, speaking of imagining, we're just going to imagine that we just went over all that. And we're going to get to the part where we're going to choose these traits. And then, let's see, 6 months, why not? 13 points, that's going to give us enough for all kinds of boni, which is going to allow for all kinds of prestige collection. There it is there, auxiliary force, that's going to be key, so we'll be able to spam out a bunch of auxiliaries. 50% of our core force as auxiliary units, so they're essentially going to be disposable. I'll get various Luke's tracked recon vehicles, as well as other cheap recon vehicles, bikes, etc., that I can send out and surround, form encirclements, and the enemy will surrender shortly enough. At least that would be the plan. We're going to pretend that we read over this, and we're going to pretend that, yeah, we've done it. Alright, we've arrived at the next operation here. We'll pretend that we read over all this as well. We have a hit and run hero, which is by and large irrelevant, because I'm going to remove all these heroes from these units, paint them a fairly drab color, and carry on. So far so good. I just clicked the button a bunch of times. Apparently I had about 117 heroes I deleted for 1,000 prestige each, leaving me with just these game assigned superheroes and such. I have a couple of infantry, a low with the Japanese tank hero, vigilant and reduced slots. I have a random recon car, 21 centimeter with the Elsa Claus hero, these two bruiser anti-air weapons with the ×2 anti-tank. I'll probably put that on an anti-tank at some point. Some slots are left here. Some Sturm Tigers. I won't be able to have the heart attack support, as the heroes are non-existent for it. But this one has decent awards and such, so I'll bring that out. And you as well now. And diddled my recon values off of the top over strength. I switched out Elsa Claus and went with the longer range shock tactics Haberman hero. Have these guys set for nuke patrol, so we don't get nuked. This should completely eliminate any enemy air power, as we have chosen anti-air veteran to have a ×2 rapid fire. Either of those would do it, but both of them, it's, yeah. Again, then that's to the point. These rapid fire heroes, one hero, it's not hero spam, it's one hero. Game assigned. If you don't like that, don't use any heroes. I personally don't want to go through that much of a grind, but again, I'm certain that's possible as well. I just don't want to grind it out. Let's place our core units here, get these infantry, etc. Deployed, would want to have that. Get one of these out, or maybe two. These guys there. Leaves us a couple of slots, I think 3 maybe. Go ahead and buy some auxiliary recon, maybe one of these. And say one of these. And then one of, what is that? We'll go with this one. I think the air defense is very incredibly low, but we don't care because we have our 2 anti-air weapons. This one can surrender hard targets, so that would be the point there. So I think that we can get by the deployment phase, some heroes, and yeah. So let's get down to the business of landing here. Just go like that, say, so I'm pretty sure we can get up here, and then undeploy. It's a 21 centimeter anti-air. There's a vigilant low tank. We'll plop him down here in the supply hex. We'll go like so. Okay, so if we go, say, stay right there, we have no problem. We're here. What do we have here? We have another unit. In theory, this infantry could move and attack, but it won't really do much. The rest of these guys will just move forward like so. And as for these dummy tanks and such, well, why not use them? I think that's going to do it. I'm not going to watch this in any great detail, as there's a lot of AI on AI battling that will go on. And these guys are happy to sit there, it would seem. Yikes. Alright, well. See how much that cost. 279, it's not bad. We'll get on about our way, really. Let's see, we can capture this unit here. It's not really worth much at all, but it's worth something, really. It has 4 suppression, so why not? See, we can split this dummy tank. We can't. We can, though. We split this dummy tank as well. Let's split that dummy tank. And we have 4, so is 6. We need 4 points on this character here, apparently. Apparently that's not gonna do it. Okay, well, that's just not worry about it. Get something for our trouble. Let's move this dummy anti-tank weapon up in this area here. We can scout. We can aggressively deploy an attack, or let's see, do I want to will that character repair? Do I care about him repairing, or how much he's worth prestige wise? 200. So let's we'll swing this dummy tank up there. Apparently it's not going to be able to carry on. Let's get you. I think we'll get into this close terrain here. Undeploy and repair. We can get you, say, here. Undeploy and destroy. And we'll get our Grenadier up right here. Oh, hold on a minute here now. We need to get... always remain under air cover, so we don't want to proceed any further than here. Undeploy there. Okay, we'll go like that. And get joined up here. We'll move forward there. These units will probably get bombed. I'm not going to let my core units be bombed, but as for what happens to these other units, dummy units, is not relevant. Let's see, this core unit. I'm sort of mixed up. I want to paint my core units different color than my auxiliary recon units. And let's see, what is this? My Sturm Tiger, right? Okay, well. So I painted my core recon this brown color, very easy to access. And that's the end of the turn. Let's go. Doesn't look like much going on. Some naval stuff. And we have this Joker here. Let's see how much he's worth there. 440, 440, 200. Getting around the side of these guys as possible, I think. Why not? Why not try? Let's see, 9 points there. How far are you? You can go here. Let's do that. We'll go right here. There was a bug. The system crashed. Let's see if we can proceed. Looks like we have a bit different presentation, which is all the better by me. We should be able to surrender this Joker here. Let's see if we get our dummy tank around the side here. We should be able to get our Pioneer here around that end, undeploy with meticulous planning. And perhaps, let's see how far we're not far enough. 7 points does very little good. Let's see here. We want to get these guys as far forward as is possible. So we have no more ability to move. We can go 6-3, 310. Let's just forget about all this surrender stuff for now. 2, 3, and 10. That's about the size of all of that. Zero, 2, all right, this guy should go. We can proceed up here. There, use meticulous planning on deploy. These are core recons, so I want to be a bit more careful with them. That's an auxiliary there, auxiliary there. Just continue to roll forward here. That, I suppose we could pop at this guy. Why not do it? Why not do it? On we go. Not a lot going on. There we go. So we took some damage. Did I want to take damage? Not so much, but I suppose not the worst thing that's ever happened, really. Let's see, we can get you up here on deploy, 9 points, 12 points. This surrendering this fragile artillery worth 120 in the forest is not real high on my list. To be frank, really no. Can go like so. I'll go like that as well. Let's see, we can proceed up here for 210. Why should I do it though? We'll go right around this guy. Pop off like so. Always want to be sure to keep my units under anti-air cover at all times. Okay, so we're sort of at a roadblock. There's really nothing going on here. And we'll move these auxiliary units forward because why not? So we can go, let's see here, Zot 909. We could move Zot. In theory, maybe we could surrender that unit. Who knows? We can try. Let's try that. 2 and 3, this is an auxiliary unit, so should surrender. He did. Yeah, we can get something for our trouble. Clears up the space. Roll up here. De-entrench this character here. Maybe surrender him next turn. Clears up another space there again. We'll go forward here with this auxiliary biker. On we go. Showed up, didn't do anything, and something's happening at C. It's nice. Okay, 09, 010. Do we want to capture this thing? I don't know. It's worth 300. 05. There'll be essentially nothing left by the time we're done there. 1 point there. I would wager we roll forward here for this 1 point, got this guy out of the way, encircled that lot. Let's see, 05 and what? 5 and 3. That'll leave him essentially completely suppressed. Why not? Why don't we just pop him and surrender? So we can drop another 5 points here. Let's see, what's his suppression level? 5 points. We need to do 7 points to surrender him. There's 10 there. Let's see here, that's not 7 anywhere near. It's 9, 5, 10. This thing is a rubbish heap, right? 120, we don't need trouble with it. We'll probably just want to overrun it. We can't do it because, well, we can't, but we can though. Meticulously planned. Boom, we should have left him be, but can always move you right there. Let's see here. You go like so. 5 points. I see 14 points. All right. What if we go like that? It means we need to do 2 points now. 2 points. We got 2, 1. 2 points? Yeah, we need 2 points. So if we get some recon up there, that's 3 points. It can go like so. And then do what really? Let's see. We'll get this unit. There's 2 points right there. Let's do that. Grab a bit of prestige on his dime. Join back up here. Get up here and pop this guy just because we're that way. Let's move forward here. And then let's see where you end up. do not want to pass this line right here. So we can get forward here. This vigilant. Get right there. Let's say right here. And these guys here, there. These auxiliary units. Waste money, really, I suppose, for this scenario at least. These guys, let's roll forward here. No stragglers or whatnot. On we go. Full retreat. Probably trying to draw us into something. What that is exactly, well. Alright, let's see if we can send this recon unit up there to figure out the lay of the land. Aha! Yeah. Looks like you already have some suppression. You're probably not worth much. No, you're not, though. Okay. Can go like that. This is not vigilant. He doesn't have any business really being in the close like that. There's no hill around. Do I care? Let's see, 10 and 1. That's just not doing much damage there, alright. It's on in 5, yeah. And where's our shot tactics, man? We can go right here, let's say. First things first, we'll get our anti-air in order here. So we can proceed up here if we like. We can go like that. Who are you? A Weasel anti-tank. Let's see here, 5 points. Well, I don't like anti-tank units, so we're going to take that one out. And I believe that we're going to roll up here and take 5 points out of this joker here, just because we can. And then we can go here, and I believe we can surrenderize this weasel because we shot tactics. Yep. Alright, let's get up here in the close with our auxiliary unit. And we can roll, say, up here, I believe, and repair. And we'll get forward here. Etc. Next turn. Oh dear. So let's see, this guy did not repair himself because he's encircled. Well, let's see, we'll get around the back end of that character there. Do we have any way to do it without? Let's go like so. We can get forward here. And move you like so. 0? What was it? 0? Panther IVH. I wonder why that was 0. Does it matter? No idea. Okay, so we can say pop you, and then take a couple of points there. Swing this anti-air forward like so. So we can proceed no further than here. Which is just fine by me. Let's move here. We can zot you. I can go here, get you forward there. Our core unit here. These guys deployed in the forest and whatnot. It's our glorious pioneer. Are we in a hurry? I can't say really as I have any reason to be in a hurry. We have a lot of time and a lot of auxiliary units that can go scout that area. So maybe we'll go, say, right here. Did I? I didn't go beyond the line. And we can go right here as well. These guys, maybe we'll go take over that air base or whatnot over there. Next turn. Popped off at my low tank. Some random artillery. Okay, so our biker here lit up a 155 Long Tom, which has AT and artillery support. Alright. So we would want to hammer that Long Tom there, wouldn't we? That's exactly what I'll do. So now he's mostly suppressed and he's mostly not causing me any trouble. Mostly is true, but not so much so, it would seem. Let's see if we can go. Are there any hills around here? There don't appear to be, really. Let's see if we go like that. Go see like that. Maybe the Long Tom will get counter batteried because you won't be able to see my 150 or my 21 centimeter. Let's go like that, get these auxiliary units up here. What do I want to sacrifice those units? I don't really. Hurry. These guys, well. Oh! Yeah, it's over for them. Next turn. Let's see. Oh dear, there went the Long Tom there. And there went my auxiliary biker. And a couple of low parts. Looks like 13-0 and 3-3, 6-11. Maybe we'll roll up here. See if these guys want a bit. Who knows? Who knows, really? Maybe they do. Maybe we'll go up here with our Sturm Tiger and just plug away at these jokers here. 0-4. Wow. 0-4 beats nothing. Now everybody's covered. We'll get these recon units up here. Maybe these guys will break formation. We have Captina Pagano, tank class, speed, double attack. Oh, glorious bonanza for us. I think the captain is. Well, again, we'll see if these guys want to break entrenchment and come get the this our glorious 234/48 rad recon car. We'll find out next turn. Looks like they're happy to sit there. Happy to now a dummy low tank. Badly, I might add. let's see here. We got a 1-6, a 1-2, 4. Let's send another recon car up here. Let's see, we get an anti-tank up there and de-entrench this guy here. And we will call it a turn. Eh? We've done it. Okay, well, good for us. I don't know why that ended like that, but it did. It looks like we're gonna do more pretending that we read that over. We're not gonna do it. Consider most of those briefings disinformation. Alright, something about a zero-go area or whatnot. That's nice. If a famous, we'll delete that guy immediately. Alright, let's take a look at this map here. I've played this through once before. There's some kind of bonus objective up here to where you get some elite infantry, I believe. Nothing game-breaking or changing. It's probably not worth it in this case to go up there, as there will be quite a bit of carnage and not a lot of no retaliation air forces, etc. to go up there and not take a horrendous amount of fire. So I think we're going to stay, let's try to sink all 7 aircraft carriers. As for capturing these anchorage up here, or capture the oil storage facilities, or anything on this island here, is just probably not really going to happen so much. That is going to do it for the opening of this series. I hope to see you in the next episode.